So this was an attention-grabbing headline because of how it was worded. So it was worded that the WWE creative is in shambles because Liv Morgan got injured. So if you saw Monday Night Raw, Liv Morgan had a match with Kyrie Sane. Kyrie Sane went for a standard run-of-the-mill drop toe hold. Liv Morgan landed wrong,
It was a
and
dragon screw leg whip, actually.
it was a drop toe hold.
It was
I'll
a
let you have
dragon.
it, but it was. I'll let
No,
you have
she
it
caught.
early.
Do you not know what a drop toe hold is?
Yes, and that's what it was.
No, it wasn't. She caught her leg and did a dragon screw leg whip. There was no drop toe hold. How do you drop toe hold somebody when you do a dragon screw leg whip?
That wasn't a dragon screw. It wasn't a drop toe hold either.
Well, it
We're
was a
both
fucked up.
wrong.
It was a fucked up dragon screw. It was closer to a dragon screw leg whip than it was a drop toe hold. It's like
It's
a
a
modified
trip.
dragon screw leg rope.
It was just a trip,
Kick, catches the leg.
and then it's
Yeah,
just
it's
a
a fucked
standard
up.
trip.
It's a fucked up dragon screw leg whip. She can't. She's
That
not
is not
strong
a
enough to.
no,
Yeah, she
no.
she went under her leg instead of actually, tossing her.
Do you know what a dragon screw is?
Yes.
It ain't that.
Either way, it was not a drop toe hold.
I said it wasn't a drop toe hold either.
Yeah. Anyway, Liv
We did.
Morgan.
Yeah, Liv Morgan, she got hurt. So coming out of Raw, the story was going that it was either going to be a quick recovery, quick as in like a couple months, or worst case scenario, it's going to take several months because she's going to need surgery. I don't know where it lands, but turns out she will need surgery. She's already gotten surgery, and the timetable is now is about 6 months. So I don't know where that lands. But Liv Morgan was in multiple storylines. So she had a storyline with Roxanne Perez. She had a storyline, I guess, with Theo, as in getting another title match. The whole Judgment Day thing, Dominic Mysterio. You can say probably something with Rhea Ripley. She opened Raw, so she's very riddled through the show. Very important piece of the puzzle. And if you know, there is this pay-per-view coming up, Evolution 2. The rumor was that she was going to be in a tag team match with Raquel, defending the titles against the Bellas. I guess those plans have been scrapped, obviously. So, yes, we go back. The headline is that the creative is in shambles because of the Liv Morgan injury. So, according to Dave Meltzer, take it with a grain of salt, obviously, speaking on his Wrestling Observer radio podcast, give it credit there. He said that's going to have to be changed. Speaking of the Evolution 2 match, I mean, they couldn't put Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez against the Bellas. If they want to do that, I don't know what they're going to do necessarily about the tag team titles. From what I was told, the key meetings, this is about the creative, by the way, the key meetings have not been held yet so far as to what to do. So that's where it stands right now. Obviously, changes are going to be made. The meeting, are actually probably going to be tomorrow. But what I was told is that the key stuff has not been discussed as far as what they're going to do, yada, yada, yada. He then went on to say nothing. That's the end of the quote. So that's what Dave Meltzer says. So according to Dave Meltzer, let's go ahead and say also according to The Rock and Wolfgang. So they haven't even begun making a change for Liv Morgan's injury.
Well, when was this?
This article,
When did Dave say this?
I think it shows on Wednesday or something.
So Monday, Tuesday. So it was 3 days. Not even 3 days because it was Monday night.
Yeah, this was posted on the 19th, so that would have been Thursday.
Okay, but if Dave said it on Wednesday.
No, I'm saying it was Thursday. They posted the same.
Well, even still, that's 3 days.
What's your point? That they would have met by then?
No, you said that they don't have anything, according to Dave. Like, oh, Triple H is creative. They don't have anything. But it's only been 3 days.
Well, how much time do they need?
But longer than 3 days, I would imagine. You expect them to have like the fucking Lord of the Rings story in 3 days?
You only need a couple minutes.
Oh, you're full of shit.
Okay,
acting like you can just create something out of thin air.
Well,
you need time.
The very low hanging fruit is Well, we've already started this thing with Roxanne Perez. She steps in,
But what if Roxanne Perez was scheduled to win the whatever tournament,
Queen of the Ring. She
and
could
then
do that too.
you had a story built off of that? Now the story that you had with Roxanne Perez, now you got to fucking change that around and change the players around in that.
Well, yeah, so you set up Roxanne Perez. Maybe she gets into it with Nikki Bella for some reason. Nikki Bella then costs her the match against Jade. Jade now goes to the finals of King of the Ring. Roxanne Perez now upset. She goes to Raquel. Hey, you got to let me do this. They've cost me my Queen of the Ring. Let me be your partner. And then if you don't want to do that, maybe you want to keep the Queen of the Ring pure. So you have her lose. No storyline. Maybe just lose.
Just lose clean.
Yeah. Raquel is searching for a partner.
Yeah, and then you got to build up some tension between the Bellas and these newbies. Which, I mean, the Liv Morgan Bellas was out of nowhere, so that can be accomplished, no problem.
Yeah, you can make it work. Now, one creative pitch I would have had, I'll give you guys this one for free. So, Mariah May, or Blake Monroe as she is known now, she basically did this kind of a storyline in AEW. She became Tony Storm, and I think you do that. You just have her become the new Liv Morgan because she's a blonde bombshell, just like Liv Morgan. And this is not out of nowhere because remember I said Dominic did that post where he was like, "Hear me out," to one of her tweets or something. So Dom's already thirsting on her. Yeah, she's in NXT right now, but you call her up. It doesn't have to be right away. Like you can slowly bring her up. By the way, she was in AEW, so she's ready to go. You do some kind of story where she becomes Liv Morgan, the new younger blonde who does more stuff.
Wouldn't that be Tiffany Stratton?
Yeah, but she's very much not in play because they had to go ahead and break storyline that she's with Kaiser, so they can't just erase that history.
Where is Kaiser?
I don't know. I thought he had those TV segments happening, but
I ultimately don't care. The consequences are affecting the all girl pay per view, so bully for them.
well, and beyond. But my thing is, here we go again. Triple H gets another built-in excuse because if the pay-per-view now goes and bombs, which it will probably because it's all women's pay-per-view. Oh, well, he didn't have his top star that they were going to build all these stories around. They
No,
were building this Bella storyline, and now she's hurt.
they'll have
So,
Rhea Ripley, they'll have Becky Lynch, they'll be all right.
well, I'm saying if it bombs, there's a built-in excuse there.
I guess.
I'm saying that's what people will say. Oh, he didn't have Liv Morgan, so
I just can't imagine anybody in their right mind going to see a pay per view specifically for Liv Morgan, especially against the Bellas.
that may be true, but that's still going to be the excuse. And also, as I told you, there's a lot of wrestling going on that week. AEW All In is Saturday the night before, so there's another excuse. Because, the Sunday pay per view was affected because of a pay per view that happened the day before. So
Right.
people got burnt out on wrestling, Just more and more excuses. Of course, this is all probably The Rock's fault in some way because he didn't
Well,
show up for WrestleMania.
maybe if he stopped sticking his big fat nose in everything with his little piss bottles.
Well, I think it all lends.
You know, it is The Rock's fault. He's trying to making the wrestlers push themselves harder.
There you go.
Like, you need to get as jacked as I do, Liv Morgan. He says that, Liv Morgan. And she's like, okay, Rock. And that's what she did. She took it to heart. She tried to be as intense as The Rock, and then she got hurt. All because Dwayne showed up backstage at Raw one night eating sushi.
Yeah. So yeah, just go ahead and get your blame in on The Rock. Nothing is Triple H's fault. What could he have done? He only has now like 3 weeks to come up with something creative for a star being injured. His hands are tied here. 3 weeks? Come on now. What can he do? The injury, yes, it's not good. You're gonna have some stuff that you got to work around. You do have to work around it, by the way. You can't just throw in the towel. You can't be in shambles. Like that can't happen. You do have some stuff to work around, but you know, you've kind of already had this story, and some people have already connected the dots. I immediately had my tinfoil hat on because this was the exact injury that Rhea got when she was getting replaced by Liv Morgan. So this could basically run itself back. You do the same story, or not the same story, but you do something similar. She gets replaced as she's gone, and then she comes back. I don't know if you're turning Liv face at this point. Maybe true love prevails and Dom sticks with Liv Morgan, or maybe not. I don't know.
I don't know. If he leaves Liv Morgan for that.
Well, apparently she's someone's cup of tea because she's getting stalked.
Because isn't that why
weekly.
Liv Morgan stole Dom away from Ripley? Because it seemed like Liv Morgan was a little freakier than Ripley.
Yeah, she was a little bit more wild.
So if you leave for a freak, what's going to entice you away from the freak?
She's got to be freakier. I don't know. Some people are just like that. It's like, man, you got this, and you're still not satisfied.
Well, it's not even satisfied. Like if you're just going to toss Liv Morgan away, you would think that it would be for an upgrade. That's not an upgrade.
In some people's eyes, it is.
It's people with cataracts.
Well, that's how you go Blake Monroe, and then yeah, it's basically just a younger version of Liv Morgan. Maybe a perfect little thing, but I don't know. It's not all bad news though. Your creative can't be in shambles, especially with 3 weeks to go. Like it sounds like they're already just she got hurt. We're screwed.
Who said shambles? Just the headline?
This is a different story,
I see.
but one of them said is in shambles. I just didn't copy that one.
I'm sure that's an exaggeration.
It could be.
Like they've dealt with
They do
injuries
know how
before.
to.
It's not like this is something that they haven't had to work through.
That's correct. But that's the thing, because we're going back to the Rock story. Because The Rock told them that he wasn't going to be there for WrestleMania, and they had months to figure something out, and they couldn't, or they didn't want to, or whatever the reason ended up being.
Well, that's what The Rock said.
Well, this is proving it too. This ain't got nothing to do with The Rock.
Well,
right
because
now.
they didn't have anything in 3 days. Dave Meltzer didn't have the full entire story within 3 days of Liv Morgan getting hurt. So that just proves that Triple H doesn't know what the fuck he's doing.
You gotta at least have a tentative plan.
Why would they tell Dave Meltzer anything?
I don't know. He's been getting stories
First
right,
of all,
so
regardless of whether or not he's getting it right, why would they? Okay, they come up with something. Oh, let me just run and tell Dave Meltzer, make sure he gets the scoop.
why do they tell any of these dirt sheet assholes anything?
I don't know, but it's certainly
Why
not
you
within
got-
3 days.
Why do you got Sean Ross Sapp with Fightful flexing that Talon is texting him shit? Like,
I don't know.
oh, I'm fresh out of this meeting, and you need to know.
I'm
this.
just saying it's been 3 days, and it's Dave Meltzer. I think you're expecting a lot.
I mean, I don't believe him on everything. Like, you don't have to tell him what it is, but you can
Because
say,
he, first of all, he doesn't like WWE. He's gonna. I think he's plants anything negative WWE he can. That's just me.
Oh yeah, I mean, he had another one that we just had to shut down. We didn't do that story. Apparently, WWE was irate. Well, there's two things that the WWE is irate about. So Netflix has Happy Gilmore 2 coming out, and they were irate. They didn't want a trailer that featured MJF in it. They said, "Can we get a trailer without MJF?" The other story, this being from Dave Meltzer, was the fact that The Miz is working with Camille and Wardlow on the new Gladiator show. American Gladiators are rebooting it,
Oh, good.
and AEW's Camille and Wardlow are going to be two of the Gladiators. Also, Rick Boogs. The Miz is the host, and apparently they're irate that The Miz is going to be working with AEW talent. But yeah, that's the Liv Morgan story. Again, it's not the end of the world, but I don't know. We need to see something out of creative. But of course, let us know what you think about it in the comments